Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 weekly reset video. My name is Story, and today is September the 22nd, which means only one thing. We're running up until the 29th, because that's how things go around here. Regard an incredibly silent tower. Look at that. We've just had a whole bunch of maintenance. Everything's running a bit late tonight, as to be expected. But anyway, should we have a look at what we've got to do in Destiny 2 this week? I got a nice, lovely screen pop up mentioning there was a special mission. I'm not going to spoil any of that. We're going to have stuff on that later on. But anyway, if you're new to the game, welcome. Come on in, pull up a pew, and pour yourself a piping hot brew. This is the tower map. And on the tower map, we can see lots of little icons that represent vendors. And vendors are some of your best friends in the Destiny world, and they will administer bounties, quests, weekly challenges, and other various bits and bobs that you want to frequent yourself with in order to get on top of all of the know-how. That's how it's done. For example, if we have a little look at Shax here, he is the PvP coveter. He does everything PvP, and he's got a weekly here. Complete 8 of his bounties, Crucible bounties, for powerful gear at Tier 1. Now, gear comes in a variety of different tiers. We've got Tier 1, 2, 3, and Pinnacle. Pinnacle is the highest level beef of the beef and the juice that you can possibly get. How's about that then? Okay, so hopefully that's explaining things for you in mansplaining language. I'm sorry, it's late. It's really late, and my brain is more fried than normal. But anyway, have a look at all these vendors. Have a look at the loot. We've got some double infamy this week if you're into Gambit and you want to get in there and Gambit your way with double infamy. But just as an example there again, challenges, weekly, 8 Gambit bounties for powerful gear at Tier 1. If you're a member of a clan, you can go over to Soraya Hawthorne and she has earned 5,000 XP. And you'll get powerful gear at Tier 2. You know, so there's stuff available. And then we've got the Means to an End quest. This is part of Season of the Arrivals. And that will get you some Pinnacle loot if you complete that. And speaking of Pinnacle loot, the Prophecy Dungeon will also award Pinnacle loot as well. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to hop on over to our destinations. This is the destinations of the game, look. And we start off by having a sniff of the Vanguard playlist. Have a look at this. Right now, we've got daily heroic story missions, your chance to replay some campaign missions in the various seasons that we've played. And then we've got the meat and vegetables starting here. Vanguard strikes. Complete 3 Vanguard strikes using the same subclass element as the currently active elemental burn. 3 strikes completed with the above attributes will get you your Pinnacle loot. Ladies and gentlemen, don't hold your breath. Now, what is the weekly burn? It is here. It's Solar Singe, so equip your Solar subclass, jump on in there, and get stuff done. Now, I'd love to be able to tell you what the Nightfall ordeal is this week, but unfortunately, the Bungie API is down for another hour. I'm just checking it again. Yes, it's down, and I would have to run the strike, and we haven't got time for that. This needs to get out there before I pass out. Anyway, whatever the ordeal is, I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun, but there are 2 weekly challenges to sink your teeth in. The first one is to complete 3 of these ordeals, and that will get you some powerful gear at Tier 1. The second, for your Pinnacle loot, is to complete a Nightfall ordeal with a team score above, are you holding your breath, 100,000 points. And there you go. Best of luck with that. I'm sure you'll do it. I've got faith in you. Let's go. Anyway, then there's the Nightfall vanilla playlist. We've got 3 strikes to choose from, and most of these strikes will house some specific loot. And if you happen to run the strike over and over and over, it will increase your chances of getting said specific loot. Now, if my memory serves me well, a Garden World will net you. What does it net you now again? It's coming. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's basically just right there in the corner of my brain, my small brain, the brain of brains, that ever such a pea-sized. It's the universal wave function exotic ship. Yes, that's what it is. It's right there. Exodus Crash will get you something. It will get you the impact velocity, which is a sparrow, and the corrupted will get you the horror's least, which is a legendary pulse rifle. So keep grinding these strikes and you might get those things. You might just get them. All the best with that. Anyway, moving on. Next playlist, we've got Gambit. Drum roll, please. Now, we've got some PvE activity here for you if you're interested. 1 to 4 players in the Reckoning. We've got a few different flavors. Tier 1, 2, and 3. This is your opportunity to collect some of the Season of the Drifter weapons before they're irrelevant even more than they are now. But it's fun. You add them to your collection. You'll have fun with that. The Void modifier Singe is on for the week, so stand back. And then there's the Gambit playlist themselves. We've got Gambit Vanilla, Gambit Deluxe. 3 games completed in either or of those playlists will get you your pinnacle loot for the week. So just regard that. And then, of course, we've got private matches if you'd like to challenge members of your family to who can defeat the primeval first. Moving on, Crucible. We've got 2 types of playlists in Crucible. This is the player versus player arena. We've got Crucible rotator playlists at the top, consisting this week of Clash and Breakthrough. So we've got a 6v6 mode and a 4v4 mode right there. So the 4 games completed in either or of these rotator playlists will get you your powerful gear at tier 1. Then we've got our core playlist, which consists of Rumble, Control, Elimination, Survival, Freelance Survival, and Classic Mix. 4 games completed in either of or of those playlists will get you your pinnacle loot for the week. And then, of course, if you want to 1v1 your granddad with his spare rations, then you can take him into a private match, and there you go. What else is there in Destiny 2 this week? Well, the flashpoint is, let's say, is it going to be on Titan? No, it's not. Is it on IO? Yes, it is. The flashpoint is on IO. There it is, and you can see it because look at this guy's face. Look at that. That's, someone has urinated on my peas. That is, and I didn't know until after I'd taken a few bites. There you go, look. What is a flashpoint? Well, public events spawn all over the place. Get involved in those and complete them, and you'll get progress towards your weekly flashpoint. You can check the bar out here. When that goes from 0 to 100, you'll get awarded some powerful gear at tier 1. And it is going to be a little bit better than what his face suggests. Just look at that face. Anyway, that is the flashpoint this week is on IO. What else is there to do? Well, I like the moon. The moon's got activities and a half. So you can dance until you feel a little bit nauseous. But anyway, we've got nightmare hunts on the moon. Weeklies are complete any nightmare hunt activities or difficulty tiers grant progress. So 3 of, basically. Complete 3 of, and that will get you powerful gear at tier 1. However, if you do complete a nightmare hunt on master difficulty, you'll get some pinnacle loot. Speaking of pinnacle loot, we've got another dungeon here, Pit of Heresy. Complete that, defeat Zulmak, the Instrument of Torment, and you'll get some pinnacle loot as well. Then we've got the Garden of Salvation, the raid, the most current raid, and there it is, pinnacle gear for that as well. Don't forget the vendors at the bottom. We've got the Nightmare Slayer, defeat 30 nightmares in the Harbours of Sorrow, the Sorrow's Harbour. And then there is Luna's Call-In from our own Eris Morn there for powerful gear at tier 1. Speaking of the harbour, there it is, Altars of Sorrow. It's a wave mode activity thing with 3 alternating bosses. One of them will, if you defeat it, it's a very end final altar boss. If you defeat it, will give you a sniper rifle. Or there's another one that will gift a kinetic slug shotgun. There you go. And then another one that will get you a rocket launcher. So there you go. The stuff available right there. I can tell that you're very, very excited. What else is there? Well, I'll tell you more things, but unfortunately the API is still down, so I can't. So have at it. Explore the universe. Find something and tell me all about it. Okay? Anyway, we're going to explain the bounties to our fellow noobs that have joined into the game. Welcome and stuff. So if we go over to the Banshee right here, we've got weekly bounties, 2 of, daily bounties, 4 of, and then additional bounties. And you can have as many of these as you have Glimmer. So you can keep spending and spending and spending. Now, with the Gunsmith ones, the first weekly bounty of the week gives you the XP, the Glimmer, and an upgrade module and some planetary resources. You can also have an upgrade module from the second one as well, and it's helpful because these help you upgrade your gear. Then the daily bounties will award mod components and enhancement cores. Again, two very useful resources. Enhancement cores will allow you to masterwork or upgrade the power levels or the energy levels in your gear. And mod components you can trade in for materials down here as well. We've got some business. We've got an armor mod and a weapon mod. These will revolve on the daily reset, so that's once every 24 hours. The armor mod for today is Powerful Friends, and the weapon mod is Icarus Grip. Both very good mods, so if you haven't got those, stick them in your sticker album right now. And then we've got material exchange. You can get more upgrade modules, enhancement prisms, and ascendant shards if you've got the huge amount of resources that they require. So there you go. And then we'll nip on over to the Crucible, because these are handy. The Crucible, the Vanguard, and the Drifter's bounties all have something in common. The weekly bounties will award you a variety of stuff that's based on the topic. For example, with Crucible, you get Crucible tokens and Valor rank points, but you also get Bright Dust, and this is what unifies the Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit vendors. Bright Dust is a material that you can collect and spend in the Eververse store. Cosmetics, basically. You can get some lovely cosmetics and make yourself look fly. So the weekly bounties will distribute or give you some Bright Dust, as well as the additional bounties, the ones that you can keep going back and grinding. So you can farm quite a lot of Bright Dust. And here's the glorious segue. We'll go into the Eververse store right now. Here it is. Now you can spend your hard-earned real money by buying silver for all these wonderful cosmetics, or you can wait until we go to the Bright Dust section in just a moment. But anyway, this is what we've got for our weekly offerings. We've got Consult the Archives, Exotic Emote, pulling out the Disney Book of Fluff and having a good old look at it, and a chinny reckon stroke there. We've got Obsidian Wings, exotic ship right there. Then there is the Gladiator's Blade Rush. It's a finisher, and it is a Blade Rush and a half. Then we've got the Standard Bearer ornament for Soros Regime, exotic auto rifle. Then we've got Distracted, playing with the phone. And then with this little jobby down here is refreshing every 24 hours. So this will be something from the past that you might have missed. So keep your eye on it, because I've had some good stuff from that in this little bottom corner. Then we've got the featured Bright Dust section right here. We've got some consumables. We've got an exotic emote, Grasping Thoughts. It's the fingertips on the surface of my mind. There we go. Then there is the Chrysalopelon, which is the unpronounceable. It's quite a nice ship as well. And it takes a shader. Look at that. Black. I'll have it in black. I like it like that. Anyway, there's also the Cabal Entrance Transmat effect. That when you spawn in, you'll look like that. And everyone will go, ooh, nice. Then we've got all the seasonal cosmetics. This is ornaments, emotes, finishers, the lot. Browse that at your leisure. If things do become unavailable for purchase after the season ends, they'll end up in the archives. Or most of them will end up in the archives. So this is all the stuff from previous seasons and years there. You can browse that at your leisure. And here is the meat and veg, Bright Dust. Here it is. So this week we've got Keep It Clean. Oh, wow, I want that. But I haven't got enough Bright Dust. I wouldn't mind having that, taking out the trash look, because I've got to have this. Waking Nightmare. I missed this ship when it first came around. Got to add that to the collection, and that's going to skimp me out. Then we've got Trusty Shell. We've got the Lunary Illumina. Then there's the Hand Cannon Vogue. Oh, look at that. And then there's Ahead of Its Time, weapon ornament for the Ward Cliff Coil. And then there's some mode projections, ghost projections. These go over your ghosts like that. Look, isn't it fab? And then there's a whole bunch of flair. There's galore of the shaders. There's the transmat effects as well. And some consumables. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to at the very end of the weekly reset video from September 22nd up until September 29th. Have an absolutely fantastic week in Destiny 2. I hope you get all the things that you're grinding for. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. And remember, smoke us a kipper. We'll be back for breakfast.